everyone, my name is Shauna in case you don't know, and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing the Goodreads tag. In case you don't know about Goodreads, it's basically the social media platform for books. I know that there's a couple other social media platforms for books that are starting to take off a little bit, but Goodreads is still the one that I use mostly. So this tag has 12 questions all about Goodreads, and I'm going to be going through this. So question number 1 is, what was the last book you marked as read? So it looks like the last book that I marked as read on Goodreads is a manga, which was Haikyuu Volume 1. I wasn't a huge fan of Haikyuu. I know it's really hyped and I think it's too hyped in my opinion. Haikyuu follows two boys who are rival volleyball players in middle school, and then once they get into high school they end up on the same volleyball team. It seems like it would be really good, but I just did not enjoy it that much, unfortunately. Number 2 is, what book are you currently reading? So the book that I'm currently reading, which I potentially will be finished with by the time that I upload this video, is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Scythe is the first book in a trilogy, and I think it might be one of my favorite books so far. It's a dystopian series in which all injuries and illnesses have been cured, so people don't die of natural causes. But in order to compensate with overpopulation, there are people who are chosen to be scythes who get to glean or kill people to help with overpopulation. It's a really interesting book. It seems very grim and dark, but I am really liking it. Question number 3 is, what was the last book you marked as TBR? I have so many books marked on my TBR on Goodreads, it's really bad. So it looks like the last book that I marked as want to read on Goodreads is this book called Kira Down Under. So Kira Down Under is actually an American Girl book. So I was like a huge American Girl fan when I was in like elementary school and middle school. The reason why I added Kira Down Under, because I don't really read American Girl books now because I feel too young, is because the main girl's aunt in the book is gay. And I think that that's like really cool of American Girl to include LGBTQ+ representation, so I want to check that one out. Question number 4 is, what book do you plan to read next? I am normally a mood reader, so normally I don't know what I'm going to read next, but surprisingly I actually do know what I'm going to read next. Because there's 2 books that I had to read this month, so I have to read Scythe for a review contest, so after I finish Scythe I'll be reading a book that I have to read for a book group, and this book is Dangerous Deception by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. Dangerous Deception is the second book in the Dangerous Creatures series. I can't really tell you that much about it because it's the second book in a series. It's a spin-off from another series, but it is a paranormal book with romance in it. I really enjoyed the first book in the spin-off series, so I am looking forward to reading the second book. Question number 5 is, do you use a star rating system? I do use a star rating system. However, if I know the author and it wasn't a 5-star read for me, I leave no rating because I feel like that would be awkward the next time I see that author. I don't know many authors, I do know a few. So if I read their book and I enjoyed it, I give it 5 stars. If I didn't fully enjoy it, I don't give it any star rating. But generally, yes, I do try to give star ratings to all of the books that I read. Question number 6, are you doing a 2021 reading challenge? Yes, I am, and I've actually already completed my 2021 reading challenge. I was doing 52 books, but I already hit that, so I don't really have another goal set. I don't really want to push myself too much with this because sometimes if I do too big of a goal, then I'll get in a reading slump because I'll feel like hopeless, like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna reach that goal and whatever. Question number 7, do you have a wish list? Yes, I do. It will be linked down in the description below. Question number 8, what book do you plan to buy next? I am not really sure. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really have any books planned to buy next. There's a ton of books that I want to get, but none that I'm like, this is a book that I'll for sure get the next time that I go to the bookstore. Question number 9, do you have any favorite quotes? Would you like to share a few? I don't really have that many favorite quotes, but I will share my absolute favorite quote of all time. So my favorite quote of all time is from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and it's, "You're the one who is weak. You will never know love or friendship, and I feel sorry for you." I think I've talked about this quote on here before. It's just like a really, really, really powerful quote to me. And it's like Harry finally like standing up and saying what needs to be said to Voldemort. And then when I was bullied in like high school, it stood out to me because I was like, that's what I wish I could say to the bullies, but like I would never say it because even though they were like bullying me, I didn't want to be mean back. So yeah. Number 10 is, who are your favorite authors? My favorite authors are Nicola Yoon, Felicia Day, Kristen Simmons, and Ben Alderson. I have a whole video on my favorite authors. I'll link that down in the description below. Question number 11, have you joined any groups? Yes, I have. Let's actually go through this. And I am going to pull up the groups. I am not going to be screen recording and showing you, but I'm going to try to name all of the ones that I'm in. And I don't know, maybe if you hear one that sounds interesting, you can join. The Never Ending TBR, A Bookish Adventure, Bookmarked, Polls for Our Soul. I bit my tongue, oh my. Polls for Our Souls, The Garden of Books, Adventures in Bookland, The Bookworm Society, Meet Other Readers, Book Club Reads, Books and Beyond, The Next Chapter, Mostly Bookish Stuff, The Midnight Readers, The Rebellious Readers, Books for Change, Overbooked, Book Mochis, Prusutopia Book Club, The One Who Reads Several Books, The Book Lover's Haven, All Things Books, The Girls, the Gays, and the Theys, The Crazy Little Cats, Book Nerds Unite, Land of Everything, Book Dragon Dreams, The Bookworms Book Club, Loop took over this group, Bookworm Corner, The Book Babes, Bewildered Bookish Nerds, Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, In Between the Lines, Avid Book Readers, Books and Beyond, Girl Talk, Book Lives Matter, On the Same Page, The Manga Squad, Cal's Goodreads Getaway, Book Discussions, The Umbrella Academy, Readers, Writers, and Rainbows, Books Are Taking Over the World, Autumn Readers, Just Keep Reading, The Cozy Book Nook, YA Fantasy Polls/Discussions, Frequent Readers, Music Perfect for Book Characters, Between the Pages, Addicted to Percy Jackson, Banana Bookland, YA Romance 2.0, The Royal Bookies, Wild Readers, Animals, Books and Many More, Reading by Moonlight, The Bookworm Shelves Out There. Oh gosh, there's still more, okay. Autism April Discussion, The Ultimate Summer Party, The Fairy Book Club, Read with Ben Book Club, one that's just called Book Club, Now and Jen Book Club, Kelly's Book Club, and Meme Group. I am in a lot. I spend a lot of time trying to respond to Goodreads discussions. I'm not always the greatest at being super active in all the groups I'm in because I'm in so many, but I try my hardest. The final question is number 12. Are there any questions you would like to add? Yes, there is one question that I would like to add to this tag, so if you do this tag and you get the questions from my description, feel free to do this one. And this question is, what's one thing you would change on Goodreads? For me, I would change the message features on Goodreads so you can't get message from just everyone, and maybe like have some filters in there so that I don't get creepy guys that are much older trying to hit on me when I am clearly not interested. And yeah, that's really all for the Goodreads tag. If you want to do it, feel free to. All the questions will be linked down in the description below. If you want to add me on Goodreads, my information will be down in the description below as well. I'm very active on Goodreads, so feel free to hit me up on there. Just know that I'm not the greatest at responding to messages on Goodreads. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you haven't already, and I will see all of you in my next video. Goodbye!